A sudden flash in the night sky. Then, fire, smoke, and panic inside a quiet residential block in southern Russia. This is no longer a distant battlefield. This war has crossed straight into civilian homes. Local officials say a Ukrainian drone struck an apartment building in the village of Novaya Adygeya on Tuesday evening, triggering a blaze that tore through a residential area and a nearby parking lot. Flames quickly spread, engulfing vehicles and lighting up the skyline as residents fled in fear. Adygeya Region Governor Murat Kompilov confirmed that at least 8 people were injured in the strike, including 1 child, as emergency crews raced to control the fire and evacuate residents from damaged apartments. Several families were forced out into the streets as thick smoke poured from shattered balconies. Video circulating on social media shows cars burning intensely, with explosions heard moments after impact, suggesting fuel tanks ignited as the fire spread. Eyewitnesses described multiple loud blasts that echoed through the neighborhood, adding to the chaos and confusion. Photos from the scene reveal extensive damage to the building's facade, with balconies ripped apart and windows blown out. Telegram channels report that at least 12 apartments were damaged, along with around 20 vehicles parked nearby. The strike came as Russia's defense ministry announced that 53 Ukrainian drones were intercepted across the country on Tuesday evening alone, including 7 over the Krasnodar region, which borders Adygeya. However, conflicting reports are flooding social media about the attack. Several Telegram channels insist it wasn't Ukrainian drones, but a Russian missile meant to intercept them. They claim it spiraled out of control, slamming into the residential building instead. This comes just 1 day after Russia's barrage of missiles and drones hammered Ukrainian cities, plunging them into widespread power outages.
Kyiv is under fire again in the dead of winter. Missiles, drones, and darkness as Russia unleashes a coordinated overnight assault on Ukraine's capital. In the early hours of January 20th, Russia launched a sustained missile and drone attack that knocked out electricity and water supplies across Kyiv's eastern left bank. Mayor Vitaly Klitschko confirmed that at least 1 person was injured as freezing temperatures gripped a city already struggling through a deepening energy crisis. The left bank districts of Kyiv, home to more than 1 million people before the war, have become the epicenter of recent Russian strikes. These areas, like much of the capital, are enduring what officials describe as the most difficult winter since Russia launched its full-scale invasion. Explosions were first heard around 2 in the morning. Journalists on the ground reported powerful blasts as air raid sirens echoed across the city. Almost simultaneously, Ukraine's Air Force issued urgent warnings that Russian ballistic missiles were targeting Kyiv. The threat quickly widened. Additional missile alerts were announced for Dnipropetrovsk and Vinnytsia regions. Shortly afterwards, Ukraine's military confirmed that Russia had launched MiG-31 bombers, aircraft capable of carrying Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, weapons designed to evade air defenses. As the city tried to recover, the attacks continued. Around 5 in the morning, a second wave of Russian drones was detected approaching Kyiv. Missiles were again reported heading towards the capital just over an hour later, shortly after 6:30 local time. Earlier in the night, drone swarms had already triggered air raid alerts in Kyiv and surrounding regions. Similar drone attacks were reported over Odessa and nearby areas around 6 in the morning, underscoring the nationwide scale of the assault. Social media buzzed Monday with fears of a Russian strike on Ukrainian cities, fueled by Telegram channel Tab's live reports of strategic bombers mobilizing and Iskander sites receiving fresh missile batches. Before Russia's missile and drone barrage, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky predicted a massive strike and announced Ukraine's Air Force would adopt a new air defense strategy.
A new day, air defense. There will be a new approach to how air defense is used by the Air Force. This concerns mobile fire groups, interceptor drones, and other short-range air defense assets. This system will be transformed. I have approved the appointment of Pavlo Yelizar as the new deputy commander of the Air Force. In the army, he is known as Lazar. This special unit, which is active, performs effectively. Together with the Minister of Defense of Ukraine and the military command, a new organization for the entire component of such air defense must and will be developed. The Russians are causing destruction these days. We must remain extremely vigilant. Russia has prepared for a strike, a massive large-scale strike, and is awaiting the opportune moment to launch this attack. Please pay close attention to all air raid alerts. And in every single region, there must be a state of readiness to react as swiftly and effectively as possible and to provide support to the people.
Ukraine's energy minister, Denis Shmyhal, warned that Russia's campaign is focused on energy infrastructure. He said potential targets include facilities linked to Ukraine's nuclear power stations, raising fears of widespread blackouts and further humanitarian strain. Those fears were reinforced by Ukraine's military intelligence agency. On January 17th, it warned that Moscow was planning to strike substations connected to Ukraine's 3 active nuclear plants in western and southern regions. The aim, intelligence officials said, would be to completely cut Ukrainians off from heat and power during winter.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore if you individually take out Tera.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.